So good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, wherever you are across the world. I would like to say welcome to this live podcast this evening. Let me get this. It is quite laughable. Yeah. It is quite laughable, I would like to say rest in peace, Minister Sylvester Grisby. You serve well, you serve your country. This was not your first government job. You've been in the professional space rendering some services to your country. I would like to say rest in peace. May your soul rest in perfect peace, Minister Sylvester Grisby. But I'm a bit. There are some things that actually appearing laughable to me. Before I did a video, right? I did a video that CDC members, one who call themselves propagandists. I did a video that they are always saying that the party kicked them off the presidency because of propaganda. So they themselves too are in a position to run propaganda against the very United Party to kick them out. You watch that video? It was one of my viral video. Yeah, it was one of my viral video. And people say all sorts of things. And now they are still working towards that. But they are not just smart group of people. The minister was sick for a very long time. I don't know whether you're really following the country's activity. Minister went to America some years, in fact, some months back. Minister has been on treatment there. People who been close to the minister been communicating that. I've heard that minister been in America. I think even before the reburial of Samuel Doe, the minister was not in country. I think 2 months, in fact, before the reburial of Samuel Doe, the minister has been sick. He was in America. I am sure that he died there. But let me say this. You cannot want to use this kind of a natural situation to the chaotic actions that went on under the Wias administration. And I will say that again. There is no way you can mash this natural situation with the chaotic and ritualistic killing that went on under the Wias administration with this natural thing that we have today. A government minister, you and I know that it was not tampered with. Minister has never had any issue with any government official. The minister was sitting in a very good capacity right around the president and could not be threatened. You cannot. The minister can fight someone because he, right in the president, he was the chief of office staff for the president of our country. The minister could fight anybody in government because he could meet the president almost every minute of work time. He has the power to do that. The minister has the power to arrange meeting with anyone and the president. So the capacity the minister was sitting in at the time, and under this government, nobody can go and try to do stuff. The executive people in the presidency, like the capacity that the minister was in, is able to fight anybody outside that is not taking instruction directly from the presidency. And I will explain what I meant. If you're sitting as minister of state, you tell the presidency, oh, the other minister are not working. 2 days. No, award a contract to these people. And we will need to keep back like this. If you can't adhere to the Minister of State's mandate, then you want to fight you back. There are many ways. Maybe when you tell the president the man not doing what he's supposed to be doing, they can get rid of you from the government either by dismissal or something like that. So I will narrow it down to some of your. I will give case studies in your own government, right? That was done with the minister, Grisby. Grisby was comfortably seated right in the presidency, a deputy president. We're talking about the chief of staff in the office of the president, Grisby, right? So you cannot compare this natural stuff, this natural death, with the death of, for example, Mamutu Yimpa. You killed CDC, Joshua killed Mamutu Yimpa, right? Because Mamutu Yimpa and the cycle of Joshua have seen their whole government to be a Southeast government. So they never had a face to look in the face of the Sando guy, a guy who from Sino. Nobody had a face to look in his eye and tell him, say, go say that you are dismissed. The people of Sano cannot come and take defense because the Minister of Public Works was Sano people own a ministry that they were sponsoring, they were supporting Mamutu Yimpa. They saw that ministry to be their own. So Joshua, who is the son of the Southeast, could not look in the face of Mamutu Yimpa to tell Mamutu, say, you are dismissed. So the only way to track Mamutu down was to poison fish. As the CDC people right now on social media insinuating. This is nice. The king with Grisby. Grisby is setting in the same capacity of Minister Mangel. Everything about the president day-to-day activity, everything about the presidency that Grisby is holding it. Grisby decide who the president will appoint. If you want to appoint, president will appoint somebody, and Grisby can just easily walk into the president office and two of them can work on any appointment there. The chief of staff of the president of the Republic of Liberia. That's the capacity the late minister was sitting in. You could not do anything to McGill during Joshua time because McGill was right next to power. In fact, McGill was very young at the time with the position till he used to drive to ministry and all autonomous agency. We saw video from McGill at the National Port Authority while he was threatening employees of that institution that you are going to dismiss them though you were not the president. The reason why he was so confident there telling people that you will be dismissed is because of his proximity, the office that you occupied had with the president. That's the reason why you saw McGill doing that. And that's the same power vested into Mr. Grisby by the president of the country, His Excellency Joe Human Boakai. So you cannot compare that. He could fight anybody. Why did you kill Mamutu Yimpa? One, Mamutu is somebody that came to the job with his expertise, with too much education. So he actually wanted to work for the Liberian people. Mamutu started to give you blueprint for all of the deplorable corridors in the country. And in fact, Mamutu started even doing work right on the Freeport Road, the current road that you are hating Joe Barker for. Mamutu told you clearly that you can do that road, and it was possible to pump hands in the road to do that road from Vata to Simple Bridge. That's one of the corridors that Joe Barker is using to destroy the entire CDC. If you see CDC racking ups and down, it's because of some of these road that you overlooked before. The corridor right here, Vata and Simple Bridge, Yimpa started it. Yimpa wanted to do it. Yimpa had a plan to go to the road front and do other road here. But the 2020 senatorial election against the law and Thomas Farr made you to destroy the life of Yimpa by poisoning in fish that we all know about. So you cannot compare how to call your stuff you did under your government with this natural situation. You cannot compare them. By no means. You kill Yimpa just because you wanted him to terminate, and those road construction companies contracts. contract that he has already awarded and no companies were working. They have imported materials to be able to work for the Liberian people. You wanted him to terminate it and put it on the CDC for the election of Tomo Fala as Senator of Bosorado County. You know and I know all of these things. Because Nipa was professional and he never had the power again, morally, to go and terminate contract that he has already awarded to construction company. You have problem with it. You said that Nipa was challenging the authority of George Weah. And in fact, by that, you did not even allow Nipa until Nipa died. You did not allow Nipa to sit with the president. 5 months, Nipa could not sit with the president because of that issue. And 2 reasons. You people in the CDC that parading this thing to want to marshal with the chaotic activities you had under your regime. You went and accused Nipa of teaching Joe Howard Taylor. All of the strategy to disrespect George Weah. You did that successfully. Even the very Joe Howard Taylor today who can walk now and saying that she will bring chaos in our country was afraid she got to pour herself like she just came down with coronavirus to leave Liberia to go to Ghana. Those photos are still there. She herself, if that particular month Joe Howard Taylor could leave Liberia, you could kill your own vice president. You could kill your own vice president. That's how desperate and naive you guys were under your regime. So it was not about propaganda. We knew it. Because the rival of the CDC at the time for the Bosorado senatorial seat was Darren DeLong. And he was so very much popular in the political landscape of our country. You could not in no way defeat Darren DeLong. And you wanted to strategize to see how best you can get the intention of the electors to elect this Tomo Fala that you have already expelled from our party. You expelled Tomo Fala for his opinion, but you kill someone to get him elected before. Though you could not succeed. Though you could not succeed, but you destroy a professional man to get this Tomo Fala elected today that you just expel from your party just for his opinion at the legislature. So if you are so disrespectful to Tomo Fala that you could just throw him out like a chicken from your party, why you didn't preserve the life of Yimpa to do his professional work? Just for contracts, you poison Yimpa in fish. People are there to testify. In fact, other people left the country because you people saw them as potential witnesses to the entire activities. Today, Yimpa is normal. You cannot compare Yimpa death with natural Grisby death. Tomo Nyenswa, for example, who has audited you. Tomo Nyenswa, who has audited you of the coronavirus donor money that were coming to the country here and there. He audited you and knew that you stole more than $80 million from those donor funding that you did zero stuff against the fight of coronavirus. The audit was when you and your health minister at the time, Lily, was coercing Tomo Nyenswa to manipulate that particular report. And Tomo Nyenswa told you, I have my wife, my children, and even my mother who bought me is living in the US. And the donor money we are talking about comes from the US. So meanwhile, I cannot manipulate the people report before it affect my family back in the US. And your men were thinking that you could do it with fairness and friendship to see what to do. But you went after Tomo Nyenswa. Calculated assassin, pay them. That your man been living in a house for I don't know how many years before you can even become president. You reported to us the man fall from your own heart. You cut Tomo Nyenswa throat right in this country. George Weah, Nathaniel McGill, Samuel Twe, Jefferson Koji, Askara Gray. You are destroyed so you cut the God throat just for coronavirus report. That the money today you get. What you're doing with it? What you're doing with it? All the thing you're passing, you're around with now. You're getting cars and you're getting all the money. What the extra you're doing in the country? You're getting money you can now. It's there. What the extra? Let us calculate your skin still looking at so-called skin. You are still your eyeball and everything. You still smoking cheap drugs. Nothing changed. But Tema Yenswa, a professional man more than all of you. Tema Yenswa was a professional man more than Isamatua and calling here. Ascar Grace was 0 to him. George Rice was 0 to him. Nathaniel McGill is a 0 to him. But he lost his life to those arrogant species. You want to compare all these things that happen on the regime with the natural death of Minister Grisby? May his soul rest in peace. That's why you want to portray on the social media. That's why you want us to go into. Can we start naming people that you cut their throat? That you held them in armed robbery, you killed them just because of, to shield your corrupt activity? People that you kill for money, the money you have now, can you answer to the Liberian people what really you doing with it? Is it that you should just have the money and be buying contract here and there for your own talented son? Going buying 4-5 seasons, football season, ordinary football season, where all the beginning in Liberia just play with their own legs. It took them for you, carry them Europe. Right now they're living there. They are from poor Devontier. They are from poor backgrounds. You took them there. In fact, their own talent took them there. But you took the Liberian people money is in your pocket just to be buying football deal from one club to another. If your son is talented, club will redeem it. Like I said the other day, even Barcelona will not have the mind of selling Lamine Yamal because at young as he is, he's talented. He does not have to go and be paying for due here and there, Joshua. You just stole our money, destroy other people's children in this country, and just to be putting your son in private jet and be buying contract because you are fighting to leave a legacy. You want to leave legacy to say, oh, the man won world best and his son playing football. It would be disgraceful that all of the football you play. In fact, the first person you try nonsense with, who was even very, very untalented, our Chamwea. If you don't know, Chamwea was one of those who played for the national team. The man played for the national team before. Though he could not play football more than I was sitting right in this chair. But because he wanted legacy, the first person he was looking at was Chamwea. Send this to me, the bottle can play a little bit more than Chamwea. The man is using the stolen Liberian money like he destroyed Tomo Dona. He destroyed Mambutu Yimpan. He destroyed Thomas Nyeswa. He destroyed all the auditors in his cycle that wanted to obstruct his success. He killed all of them just to have 18 million given it to Marcel. Say that my son can spend season here. If your son can play football, what team can we team in? You will play for one of the biggest team in Italy. Why was that with team? Because the pay deal was expired. All you kill your friend for to check your money. Say, oh, Joe, yeah, the man saw signing contract. Joe, I get private plane. Joe, I want to give over there. The man flying hotel breads. How to call no bread? I got me flying around. Oh, bread is beautiful. That's why you kill your friend for. That's why you really destroy your friends for. That they wanna other CDCIANS. I seen them fly on Facebook with decent men at Grisby who honorably died. Natural death. He was sick. He died. A natural death. That's the phenomenon. Ellen Bale can die that he fought his own illness, left from country to country to solve his problem, and today call him to rest. Now Mambudu Yibana Devla or in fish here. Now Gifty Lamane that died. When George Weah said they were having sex in Vigo. Now sounds no man. Very intelligent or sapo guy. Mambutu Nippon. Your king just because of deal. Just because you wanted a war, your contract on CDC. Oh, CDC doing the project. You let Tomo Farah. Let Joe say he's the greatest man in the country. Nobody young women was around, even a Joshua. You're slaughtered. Your friends here, you killed them. So you could not survive in the midst of all these things because it was glaring that you were doing them. And in fact, to validate the Liberian people perception and the argument that you were slaughtering the people, you, Joshua, instructed your former minister to fund some kind of assassin group called the Zebra Unit. The Zebra Unit was funded. You're slaughtered those guys in this country. This one is not propaganda. It was not propaganda. If you don't know, one United Party did here to remove a popular footballing president that Joshua was because they just pointed out the facts and they made sure the Liberian people understood the reality in those facts that they presented. That's why they went their way. All of the electors in the country gravitated voluntarily towards Joe Boakai. That's why you guys are jobless and sitting home today. It was not about propaganda. So the one you bring in a chip now. Grisby already in the presidency. The other one will post, oh, Mo Ali want to become minister of state. Now why they want to kill Grisby? Oh, they want Costa. The Costa they want to kill Grisby because they want to make Costa minister of state without portfolio. And Mama Kabile they will go become minister of state. That's complete naivety. Grisby was an old man. You cannot compare him with the last man that gave Gifty Lama heart. Gifty Lama was just in your 30s. Someone else was in your 50s. You people said, yeah, Tomo don't like that. Tomo like that. Yeah, people right. Professional people, very smart, smarter than all of the hairs that kill him. Smarter than everybody who eliminated him today, who went and slaughter him. Tamazona, you are a boss. Because of the same criminal activities, Georgia took more than 15 million from ARA. The private jet that Georgia get. More than 15 million United are looking for only ARA to buy a jet for him. And Thomas Donald, yeah. They knew that Thomas Donald are professional people and they were not into this CDC stuff too much that Joe Biden could have retained Thomas Donald. And they didn't want a man to be around, isn't it? So during the transitional period, it's the time we lost Thomas now. Since he has already lost the election, they were about to usher in our government. That's why they just went, they got rid of people who they knew that could be threat to their, corruption stuff in the country. They just start getting rid of them slowly. Do you want to compare that situation with what we have today? You cannot do it. You slaughtered people. Blood on all of your hand. So blood on it. You can't compare it with what happened to our Minister of State. Young men in your government. It was not propaganda. It was not propaganda. It was reality, facts that were presented to the Liberian people. What was the functions of the Zebra Unit? What was the functions? The finance minister and the city major at the time were going from South Beach, all of the prison compound across the country. Those terrible armed robbers that they knew that were in jail, they freed them, they bought them vehicles, they rented them apartments, they put them on that particular Zebra Unit stuff. We have the Sabu Unit. We have the Sabu Unit. We have all kind of and stuff that was supporting, that they were supporting to go and start to assassinate people across the town. So you cannot, it is not possible that you will compare all these bad days that you had in our country with what is happening now. You and I know that Minister Grisby's death is natural. This man was an old man. He was fighting his own illness. He could fly from country to country. And I believe that he died in the US. So don't have to compare and try to bring what you had here, the terrible time you had with the Liberian people here, with what is happening now. You don't dare do that. You can't do that. So you gotta rest. You gotta rest your body. This is not propaganda. And clearly, when you're doing, Liberian people will laugh. They will just laugh at you. Whenever you see anybody who come across the post, they will just laugh at you. They will bully you. They will call you names. Because this is complete foolishness. It's a complete stupidity, naivety, impractical aspect. That's why you guys demonstrating. You think what happened here honor your government, you can try to compare it. And Joe Boakai is doing well. No confusion in the main government. No one minister causing another minister. No minister get money sitting down to your husband. Mangio doing Joshua Tana. All the ministers then will go be begging. These are things that can bring bad heart in government for people. Nobody the demand go here. You people the same very opposition. You people the same very opposition were crying how Joe Boakai was not running the country, that Grisby were in charge. I'm able to go for all of you posts on your pages when want to remind you. If you the same person that few months ago were here saying that Joseph Boakai was not in charge of the country, that Grisby was running the country, he was just going for NASCAR, taking money from there, unauthorized it, going to LPA, taking money from there. You guys made all the arguments now. So who will can't kill Grisby? Who can get Grisby? The only people that were against Grisby in the country that was opposition. That you people have problem, you used to call in the morning on all of the platforms talking about Joe Boakai is not in charge of the state. Grisby have taken everything of the country and blah 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 blah. And you people used to say, nobody used to say that yet. There was no fight against Grisby. Grisby worked with all of the cabinet people. He did what he could do as a chief of staff in the office of the president. Clearly, there was no disruption in Grisby's operations. There was no time that even the two ministers of states, the one with portfolio and the one with presidential affairs, could even argue. Mama can't believe it. Now even have any public argument or any other policy issue at the Ministry of State. Listen, talk about your deputies. Before you can talk about, because the guy who was sitting right in the president's office was greater. He has power. Even other minister was speaking through Grisby to the president. Some of whom that did not have the time to meet the president at an important time, they will tell Grisby, oh my man, tell the papa this is the situation. So Grisby was one of the powerful men that you opposition today, that running on social media. You were so jealous of Grisby because you argued that Grisby was not a legitimate Unity Party, and you wanted to put Unity Party against Grisby. You started saying the man is on ANC, all kind of funny thing. You did. You're complaining that Joe Boakai was not in charge of this country yet. And you start deleting your posts, because I will go for it. All these idiots that are making all these posts, I will go right for your own posts and I will remind your way. You just argue a few months back that Joe Boakai was not in charge of the country, that Grisby was there. So who will kill Grisby? The opposition? Because you people have problem. You people have problem with Grisby in the country that we in. How you were running show. How you were going to NASCAR taking money from there. Your argument in there, I can go and bring news articles from the same very people who want to run propaganda against the whole Pape death. It's a painful death. The family members, Your family members will be, will be mooning him by now. I learned that Grisby is from Sino County, from the Sapo speaking group. I learned that. The cyber people will be in tears. Close family members and friends will be in tears. But you want to use Grisby peaceful death. In fact, he was called by God. You want to use it to compare with the kind of thing you're there. Everything you're there was in public, glaring. People were seeing it. You could touch it and feel it and know that CDCIANS again. You could see it clearly and know that CDCIANS again, no matter what. But you want to use this professional man who just passed because God wanted him to go rest situation with the untimely death of Tomadona, untimely death of Yimpa, untimely death of Tomo Yenswa, untimely death of Gifting Dama and the other folks. They were your own government officials. You killed them. Joshua killed them. Samuel pay people to kill them. In fact, the other guy from the 77 Barrow, Samuel family member were around the man back to back. And in fact, Samuel took the man to hospital. Someone killed the man and pretended they take him to hospital. They killed the guy. So you want to compare that with what is happening? You see your friend man and all of your pro-president together. They get a small job to take it out of family. You went and slaughtered two guys. You slaughtered them. The fight against Yimpa in your government that led you people killing him was too much. Yimpa would have been smart. He could have resigned and run away. Because the fight against Yimpa was too much. The first thing you accuse Yimpa of being the one to show Joa Otilo all these hard years that she had. When Joa Otilo was standing against your government. When Joa Otilo was telling you people that she will not go to section, I can remember 2019. Joa Otilo said she will now start to convene section, the second section in that year because she had gaslit away. Natana Magio instructed Ministry of Finance to pay her benefits and all that stuff. So if she can't get it, she won't go anywhere. Chairman Koji was her in the public shouting. Chairman Koji was in the public shouting that the vice president wanted to overthrow the president. At the end of the day, you use a relationship. You use the vice president relationship with Yimpa and accuse Yimpa of giving direction to the vice president. That's why she was disrespecting and traveling when we have travels. And from there, you use the situation of the 2020 campaign because they wanted to give election to your partisan. And the Liberian people were against all these terrible activities you guys were carrying in the country. People were avoiding the entire party called CDC. The only partisan you could hold on is those very useless young people who are still very useless, that have refused to change their mind, to go in their thoughts, are the ones you guys started to invest in. You start getting Begubeyes, TikToker for we are, and Bendampos for we are Hobojo Association, partisan girlfriend in support of we are organization. These are the only naive people that could get in the CDC because the smarter ones started getting away. John Badu then started going. Solomon George then started getting tired. All these great men that brought we are and made him president started leaving. Before Timon start taking more for CDC business. Abachi then start going slow. You even wanted to go after Abachi. You're accusing of buying 15 vehicles for the United Party during the campaign. The public had to keep mute and even leave his country. After he came in, he came back. You started going after your own very partisans because of small thing called money. Money is good for all of us, but you use it to destroy yourself. Then I ask our great stay sitting down on spoon show. All of the money you got, all the slaughtering you did to your own colleagues in the country, where are you today? Where is the money? 11 young get bought in Paris. 11 young get bought in Paris. Now you are sitting, you driving yourself around. Your illegal current can be on. They started putting you on rechargeable current line. Now sometimes your current can be off to your house. But you prefer to slaughter your friends for money. You make money here. You live here, you go. I've seen billionaires who die. This is Grisby who just died naturally. Nobody knows it's a cancer. He has the job like every 114 person in the country. He has some to his disposal. He was Minister of State for Presidential Affairs in our country. Now Grisby is gone today. Other people, my own kinsman from my country, Senator Johnson, other great people who made money wearing their issue. They left here, they die. But you people, in order to fight for aid, just for lay getting to eat it from you slaughter your friends. You kill your friends. Joshua, as young and handsome as Joshua, he carries blood on his hands. There are too much blood on Joshua here, my people. Joshua killed innocent souls when there was no war around. When the country was peaceful, people loved their lives because Joshua feel that he lay money business, people were coming to expose him. Killed people, innocent people, he killed people. Joshua instructed people to kill people in this country because he feel that he lay mad. That you want to buy a private jetway, the small thing that you want to be giving no leg get in, and you want to get one checkbook in your office and just sign it and give it to a small get in to sunder mass boys around. It was the reason why you slaughter your friends. You cannot compare those deaths. You cannot compare those deaths on Joshua with this honorable death of Minister Grisby. If you don't know, people that you killed are people that were fired away from authority. And the very authority gave authority to people around him to kill them because they were not complying with your. All these names are calling up. Many of you, all of you from the Southeast there. Like I said, Joshua never had a mind because the first thing Joshua then did, they did the whole government like Southeast government. His government was like a Southeast government. He said, sign no candidate people, young people, I will give you 2 ministries. Nimba business. You my brother from the Southeast, my man said that to IAA. So he could not go back because man, you when it comes to ministerial position in the country, countess can take it very serious. That's the reason why in this government when call KULAH, the people of Nima can be having serious press conferences because if you feel that ministry too, Nima can people there. Now, only KULAH in that ministry, they get other people too that he brought on board from Nimba who are there working. That's the same thing that used to happen on where. So if you give public works to the people of Sino County and made there some minister, you could not, because they voted for you in number, you could not have the face to go and tell Nimba from them bring another county person in that place. Though you feel that Nimba was in relationship with your vice president that was ill advising you against you, and Minister Nimba did not want to take instruction from you because he awarded contract to a company that you wanted him to take it and give it to the CDC directly for a political morale. You saw it as a disrespect. So because you could not go and look in your face and say, "Mama, you are dismissed." And like people who have demanded the reason why you dismiss Nimba, you didn't have any concrete reason. So the only thing was to carry the man to one meeting, give him one big fish with so poison inside, and today he's off. You told one lady pay her plenty money, put nerve in your trousers, she went and cut Nipan throat. Some of them went there, they put tissue in the man's blood, they taking the wrong way into JFK. Today, everything died down. But I can promise you people, all is not lost. Joe Boakai is not a weakling. Joe Boakai will adjudicate all these cases, all the atrocity committed under your administration. Joe Boakai will re-establish them and you will pay for your blood that you share in this country, George. So I don't tell you to be sending your small door propagandists then to be writing Grisby die because Costa won't be Minister of State, Mo Ali won't be Minister of State. If you were in a position of Mo Ali and you won't be Minister of State. Mo Ali, the director of water and sewer, if you have a money business, the quiet money era, to not money that can come in a place. $1 million, small project in water. You know how many companies, how many organizations in the world putting money in water and sanitation? Are going to water and sewer. You can restrict water and sewer in your mind. Mo Ali is sitting there. The board has authority to issue fat checks to people. Mo Ali get the authority to make people life change instantly because he has the power. The money is at water and sewer. Go here one director salary there, and Mo Ali is the boss there. Why are you confusing yourself? The party is disorganized. You have been removed from your party headquarters. You can't even get the first rent to pay. All of your senior partisans too who get the money in their pocket, who been making the party to living, exposing each other here and there. Bad things in the public, you can face it. But you want to do all these things hanging while I bring people focusing on it. You don't leave it to go to things nobody will pay attention to. Who will pay attention when CDCIANS talk about somebody dying? The fresh memories stay in the minds of the Liberian people who voted it out. There is no way you want to. The first is when you open your mouth, the Liberian people say, "Oh, I got a kid. I want to say that friend and kid." You're not smart. You're not smart. Even if you want to do propaganda on this, no one will listen to you right now. Lazy party that CDC. Who in Liberia, even my 3-year-old daughter, like born in 2022, a year before your removal from power. If I brought my daughter on the camera right now, she will explain most of the bad deeds that CDC did. Because I brought my daughter in your regime. She will start telling you how to do not die. My daughter can say it. My daughter can tell you how Princess Cooper died. You're when you're till 11 mayor game into diplomatic passport. He traveled the very day. Patrice Lupo in a police convoy escort him to the RIA. He fled the country and you brought him back. My daughter KULAH is able to say that. So that is, the memory is fresh. Whatever argument you bring, everybody will know because they removed them, they were kidding all around, they moved them. I don't want to see that friend and kid. So right there, the people will trivialize that particular aspect of your propaganda and you won't achieve the internal goal. So you don't have to suffer yourself. You don't. Because Grisby died a natural death. The old man was sick. He left the job. If you went to the Minister of State with our portfolio, if you visit that Mamanka village, the woman is working like a jack. If you went to that woman office, she was doing 2%. She was working as the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs and Minister of State with our portfolio. Most of the people had diabetes. The president was comfortable in calling her to do many things in the absence of Grisby. Though she's a minister too for separate era at the place there. Go see us how that lady is working. You think she was comfortable with Grisby being sick and finding treatment across the world? Do you think so? The papi has been sick. You are not just smart. Nobody been asking where is he? He has not been in the media for long. The CDC propaganda, in the public, Grisby running the country, propaganda in charge. You been hearing about it? But because the papi was on a sick leave. But unfortunately, he departed the world today. His soul will rest in peace because he served the country with honor. The few time that Grisby spent at the Ministry of State, we all know what Joe Boakai government has done across the country in just the 1 year, 6 months. A Grisby spirit. In fact, he was naturally in the government. The few time that Grisby spent in the government, we know why a leadership brought as the chief of officer to the president. We know honor his authority. What the president did in a very little time across our country. We appreciate him for that. His spirit will rest in peace. His soul will rest in a perfect peace because his little time, the dying meaning of the hours that he had in this world, he spent that doing positive things for the country. So we say thank you for it. So there is no way you can want to twist it a day through propaganda and fit it in with the bloody and demonic activities that we are carrying on for small things a minute. All the money is stolen in the state richer man in Africa. They get people who hustle for that money legally, they stay richer than you. If you can play football and make all of the $1 million and go broke, what do you think? That the money you stole from the Liberian people, where the old man sitting down in one village somewhere is swearing you. The laying curse upon your life for the little dollar that you stole. And also kill people for it. The very people that you kill to maintain the secret of where you get that dollar from, they also swear you. It will be like you are enjoying. But inwardly, now you're not in power. You're regretting why you killed the people. Many of you, sometimes when we lie, you can be committing. Many of you regretting. Inwardly, you have that psychological stuff playing with you. Your mind is not set because you are aware that you destroy people who are very innocent to succeed in doing your bad deeds to this country. But you have observed that the country people saw you. They not take you from power now. You don't get voice in the country again. So sometimes you can be sleeping, you wake up. You can be sleeping, you like Jimmy, you wake up. Because you just remember that you killed Yimpan. You killed Tomo Yenswa. You killed Gifty Lama. You killed Komodona. You killed all these people in your government just to maintain the little comfortable room you lay in, the good sitting place, and the good car you're riding. That's just all. Nothing you do with money in this country. Nothing. Some of you people can travel. They're not sanction you. You're scared of going Guinea where. So just to get that money, get your air condition on, get your lay car, and when Gavin asks you for money, you wanna say I don't have it. That's why you kill people for. That's why you can't sleep. I can't go and sleep. Like in a day, when they sit down lecturing with people, like then they can go to bed right in the midst of people. Because in the night, they're scared to close their eyes before someone else has spirit and can be slapping at ear level, right? Because you know what you've done. So you cannot have rest in the night. So you're gonna be talking about You're not kill Grisby to make Costa. Who is Costa? And then goes out supported you. And then Henry goes out supported CDC. Talk all of the nasty thing about Joe Boakai. You was celebrating Costa and our your war room political analyst. The men who are in your war room Facebook live saying you're not winning the election. Therefore, you will go kill somebody who supported us. It makes no sense. Costa, who supported Joshua to get a second term, unfortunately, the people discovered that Joshua was an evil man and could not afford giving him second term in our country. And I think Costa, you see, people you go kill Grisby to make Costa Minister of State. From where? Costa not married to be Minister of State there. Whatever Joe Boakai will do or is doing for Costa, he's doing it because he's a good man. For Costa to even sit down with Joe Boakai and shake your hand is a privilege. That shows that Costa is and Joe Boakai is a good man. Joe Boakai not owe Costa anything. Costa is a bad boy who say a whole lot of things about the old man. So there is no way that people can go get rid of Grisby for Costa. There is no way that Mo Ali, who is also in government, who is doing well, he's one of the guys who putting the government on the map in his area. You go kill somebody for Mo Ali, who is already sufficient and performing well on his job. You don't have anything to say, shut up. If you don't have anything to say, shut up. Because this country is fast moving beyond your petty propaganda that is ran by door people who can't even write. The Abraham wasn't way on them. The as they do them, we're talking about the Nimbashe Banjo Lofa. Confused seller individual. So you should know what to say next time. Any comment you made, we'll come to remind you how you kill. Joe Boakai is a deacon. CDC. Joe Boakai is a deacon. You're supposed to know that. A golden man. The man who everybody in the country calls him, then calls back. A state man. Very responsible. He has the love for his people of the country. Manazali betrayed him after serving her for 12 unbroken years as vice president. Aided her in many things. Advised her though she could not listen. She knew that he was a good old man. Went against him, supported a naive and book-up president. The Joshua over that old man. And today, Liberia is suffering that. Joshua took us from 2018 and carried us back to 2005. Because Ellen wanted her to be praised over Joshua as the best president. And she succeeded doing that. Because Joshua was a complete mess and booker to President Ellen. Yes. So that's the reason why she supported. She said a whole lot of things about Joe Boakai here. The baby appear on BBC and other BB platforms in the world and in country. They asked him what's her relation with Ellen. He never said anything back to her. Always praise her. He reaffirmed his commitment to their relationship. Joshua said how Joe Boakai was nasty for that in your bathroom. He took him carrying her across the world to go get treatment. At the end of the day, Joe Boakai never said pay. Joe Boakai has been paying Joshua and his wife their benefits. He has never said it. He has never talked about it. But when Joshua gave you telephone and even cost $100 US, as long as you go against him, he will call for press conference to explain to the world how he gave you one telephone that cost $100 US and the store that he buy from, the receipt, everything he will show you. Joe Boakai can't do that. Joe Boakai is a responsible old man. The man who has come to build this country. And he's doing this successfully. So carry that your petty propaganda to your party headquarters and try to pay the family arrears, the money you owe them. You come and carry your party executive in prison for it. You're gonna think about it. Everybody running away from your party because your party is evil. Especially the judge I support is an asshole who doesn't know anything. But you want to come politicize a statement that Grisby death. You don't have the mind to do it. You don't have the face. You don't have the integrity to do what you want to do. You just have to forget about it. Lay down, sleep. Because you can't say anything here. Anything you talk right here in this country currently, people will say you are talking it because you are frustrated. You have to shut up your mouth because you don't know when and where to run propaganda. You are removed from the presidency because of killing people, killing government officials. The memory is still fresh. Any attempt to either you want to criticize anybody through propaganda that they kill, people will not take you serious. The same way honor your post and people are insulting you people. So if you are a smart propagandist, you will give us space. Because I know all opposition will do propaganda as usual. But there's a space. And when you blast, people will know that you're talking something sensible. But now when you are removed from power because of killing, 1 year, 6 months after now, you want to bring killing propaganda. People will say, no, you are saying it because this is why you are removed from. You almost they caught you last week stealing. They beat you in the community. Then somebody pass. Then they say the person that rule, you join everybody beating the person. In fact, you saying people don't want to beat the man, but you say not beat the man. People will say, oh, like because you stole last week, they beat you. Why is it more beat the man? What happened here? I don't know the sense. The difference between Unity Party and CDC, like education, common sense, and wisdom. The difference between CDC and Unity Party, like education, common sense, and wisdom. Nothing else. Because if I were in the CDC, we'll communicate to all our propagandists to not talk that in the public because it will backfire on us. Instead of it being a propaganda to set the government wrong, it was going to backfire on the way it backfiring on you now. Because just 1 year, 6 months ago, you were accused and removed from the presidency for killing your own government officials. One government official of this government got sick for more than 5 months now and died. Then you can't attribute his death to government people pushing him. It can't work that way. All of the comments you see in the public will be, is because you were accused of killing your own government official and you were dismissed from the presidency. That's why you want to run that same propaganda. We will not listen to you. Now what's happening right now? Anything that you are caught doing and punished for it, in a split second, anybody do that, and you want to advocate that they should get the same punishment, people will say, oh, that because you got the punishment, I don't want for the man to get it. What exactly will happen? They will tell you that because they punish you for it, now what you are doing right now? Because the people, they took you from in power because of killing your own government official now. So, one government official died natural death now, you pointing here at it, you say that the government killed it because you feel that the same mental the people used to bring you to come to power or to take you from power. So at the end of the day, the common old man are sitting down now. The layman who winning your post now, they will say, it's because they took CDC from power because they killed their own people. Now why they want to run a politics against the people? You got that? Very simple. Like, dear young girl, you're too foolish. And when we say citizens are foolish, you will start to gamble and grumble and saying things all around here. This is not about grumbling. It's about facts. You guys are foolish. You don't even know when and where to do things. Mr. Grisby died. It ain't confirmed. Soon as your years means you're going to start through gossip. You start posting here and there. You start posting here and there. How they finish in the man, they don't do this, blah blah blah. But I think people listen to you. People that are following the social media, following you on the radio, they will know that it's because they remove CDC from power for killing their own government officials. That's the reason why they're taking the death of Mr. Grisby to attribute to government killing their own ministers. They are angry at jealousy talk. That's how people will attribute your own serious propaganda running you. People will just overlooking and more like that. Because the first thing, you are not the rightful people to talk about it. You are not, morally good to talk about it because you just kill a lot of innocent people in the country because of money. Auditors, government officials who could disagree with George Weah, who are very uneducated. You guys took away their lives. And the fresh memories stay in the minds of the Liberian people. So as long as you talk, they will say, oh, they men talking it, you're talking Grisby business because the people say you're killed. Because you kill your own people, like why you want me to make it a Joe Boakai killer. And good for Joe Boakai and his government, no real arrogant person in Joe Boakai government who have killed before. You have violent border creating zebra unit and Sabu unit and sooner you point that they tell the Liberian people like okay you point was clear because Javin Koji was in the hallway you point they say yeah like Koji person them. Joe Boakai get record of violence. So it will be so hard for your propaganda to germinate. It will be so difficult for people to find true in what you want to say because you get so many factors undermining them. So many factors undermining them. The fact that you were involved in killing people of your government, so you have no moral right to say government kill somebody because people will feel that because you kill your own people, that's why you want to attribute it to the people that unseated your government. Just the logic though. So all that thing you're running down like your campaign against your very self. You should use that energy to find someone for that replacement in the CDC. You want to use that energy to find Sir Joseph replacement in the CDC. Oh, you all know you should be looking for Moluba replacement in the CDC. You should be finding people like Milton Theology that will stand and tell the people of Sanyo, let's vote for the people because Theology already left the CDC. Are you finding a replacement? Are you very strong and finding Senator John, former Senator John Badu replacement in the CDC? Or are you fighting to find a replacement of Solomon George? Solo, who when he talks, the people of District Number 7 and Central Monrovia, people can move? Are you not finding a replacement of Buffer Chimo, the former speaker, who helped Partisan, like he has given them instruction to go their separate ways? You thinking about all these factors? You're not finding the new headquarters you're coming get around a duly located area around the Pinzio and Central Town area, and to go and get your headquarters that people will access. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking on propaganda that will destroy you more. The way your own campaign spokesperson and all of people attacking you here and there. Your propagandists you are thinking about again, you're right. That more can talk. CDC is damaged. Practically, CDC is 100% dissolved. You can't think about that one. We small beginning. When I mean, party people, we just dismantle your in few times in the country. Took few months to just disorganize the entire thing your core party. You don't know you're here and take small men. We got no political record in the country. We not destroy the whole CDC. Don't think about that one. Like somebody who died honorably, death, you're putting on your head. You will stay on inside. Because we don't take you serious. Joya is a killer. You kill Mamutu in your part. The people of Sano County will never forgive him for that. A reason killed him dead indirectly. Mana Nancy do. To the people of Renji there. The man suffocated that woman died with tears in your eyeball about Joshua, which he supported with everything in her. He ate her cross, he ate her money, he flew from country to country when you're starting his career with Samakayando money. He made Samakayando wife to cry in this town and die with tears in your eyes. You go to the area, you cry, and you still won't go there. And I already go to Kwajana. KULAH. You open the door again. Tio, open the door again. Nobody may all cry. KULAH. So nobody will take you serious with CDC people. Come on, I ain't go around there with that propaganda because nobody will listen to you. You're even saying something serious for people to listen to. Because the thing the party came in with propaganda and we use the same propaganda. You don't even have the strength to use propaganda against the party. You don't even have the strength. Because in modern Liberian politics, the party, you have the power. You have the power to dissolve the party because the modern Liberian politics, the party took this government, restructured it. And after 12 years, Liberian people have issue. Thinking that there could be a party that will love and do better for Liberia more than the United Party. They usher you to presidency. For you to do something correct more than the United Party, at least okay, NTR out the United Party. You came yourself to you was a very frustration to this country and people started regretting why they have to vote United Party out. You're stupid in the country and when saying it, your feet are choke. Where were United Party? Joshua was standing a good chance to zero United Party. But you people made the scene. You know what I mean? For you to win 14 counties out of 15 in an election? And you sat down there, you could not do anything. You had the opportunity to maintain the love the people had that 14 counties will vote you to become president. But your very self, CDC, make us to regain love for United Party in this country. All the people that voted for CDC in 2017, after 6 years, they when you saw them stripping their ways to the United Party and holding the same Joe Boakai that they rejected. And you think we will give you power back? You think we'll give you power back? If you try us, we the same people will go and call for referendum to make presidential tenure full term in this country that Joe Boakai until in Ghana. Because 24 years when you be winning, going there, maybe after 24 years that he will get sick and God will call him. And we'll get the power to do that. We will protest for referendum that will elect our president Joe Boakai. The fact that he's doing well for our country, there should be a change in the presidential tenure of our country. It should leave from 2 to 4. Then our president Joe Boakai now will be there for 24 years. Every election we just go vote for him. Instead of we brought you after we thought that the guys that were governing our country were doing very wrong to our country. You know the party, Manasali government. People went and voted CDC to come here for them to perform to improve the Liberian people, right? Like dumb myself, very uneducated fools came here and destroyed the country, and we went against it, we take it from you, then you're passing around propaganda. You think you will get the country again? And nothing you can do again. If you know that you people, look at United Party and all come back. If you get sense in your head, United Party, the first thing in modern Liberian politics, people felt that United Party was a bad party. They were underperforming. He said, Joe Boakai, man, you serve a vice president to Ellen for 12 years. You and Ellen, you support the country, man. Let you engage time to Georgia and people. Whereby we're taking our country back from 2018 back to 2005. Our country retrogress. Speedily retrogress. Joe Boakai came in 1 year time. The man took the country from straight 2005 to 2024. And now we've gone far. Our country gone very far in development and everything. So no amount of petty and uncalculated propaganda can make Georgia go even second in election in this country. And as a Joseph bringing a party now. And you know that as Joseph gets stream money politically in the country. When Georgia was losing election 2005, Sir Joseph was winning the election. When Joshua was losing election 2011, Sir Joseph was winning the election. Sir Joseph never lost election in this country. Joshua record of losing election more than 3 times in our country. Sir Joseph want to run as president. If possible, he can second or third while Joshua then will be coming 4th, 5th, 9th election. Because Joshua actually governed. So we will be voting based on your activities. You will become president, you do nothing, that you won't second election. The kind of thing that we'll be seeing. And we now manipulate the whole story now election in our country, a very tribal and sentimental regional politics. Where you people in the southeast, you say, you must just be there voting for Joshua. So you think we from the northern Liberia and western Liberia will say that and be voting for people from that side. So your time is out already. And you can't get it back. So forget about Papa Canada for China. Let the papi rest in peace, man. The man died natural. They're almost 80-year-old man. Almost 80-year-old man. Grisby was almost 80 years. He was an old man. He was sick. He went for sick leave from country to country and he passed. So there is no way that you can run propaganda with his death. So go and rest your body, CDC. You are gone and gone for good. There is no space in our society for you. You cannot get your time again. Your time is out. Your time is out. We thought you guys were having brain, but little did we know that you guys were all brainless and corrupt. So you cannot get this country again. There is no way you can get this country in for 20 minutes. At least we're talking about 6 years. If it costs for us to die, we will die. Because this is our future. Joe Boakai is not doing anything extra for me. In fact, I don't even know him. But this is our future. The things he's doing, we benefit from it. We can use that to navigate our ways, do 1 or 2 things for our own survivability. But now when we bring Joshua, where Joshua will be killing our future, killing our dreams, doing everything negative for our country, damage every sector of our economy. You expect us to celebrate you? Never. We won't do that. And we will never do it. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I just wanted to say this. The death of Joshua from his government officials and other stuff were orchestrated by Joshua very self. It was his instruction. It was his doings. He was inside clearly. It was not on a butch. It was not in darkness. It was clearly in the public that Joshua was slaughtering people. Slaughtering people here and there. He was killing. Joshua is a killer, a common killer, a dog killer. All through his life, he has sacrificed to do this. Joshua sacrificed the whole country football system for your own success. He went to Europe, confused everybody. Joshua is not from Europe, but he carried the European badge. Yes. Joshua carried European badge. He's not a European player. They've seen very young men one European badge and one African badge. Have you seen that in the world? All the footballers Messi then play, carry all of the world badge. He never one day win European badge. because he's from South America. Either he won the South American best, but not European best. Georgia is not a European player. He's an African player. He can win African best, yes. But the same year George Weah won African best in 1995. He won a European best. That shows that everything was just because of which juju confused the American people. Came to Liberia, confused all of you here. You also a weird vagabond our church. Mama, you came to the show late, man. You came late. You came to the time I'm coming to go. So, Madam Ruth, Lawa, you just coming. Like this is a pleasure. D. Lawrence Glewon. Man, you man on me. Janet. Dakule. Bakule, eh? Let me see your name. Yeah. Janetta Dakule. Amaru Diallo. Joseph Ofaya. Eric Sam. My man,